Welcome back, everybody, to the Board YouTube channel for your Friday pick and roll for December 6th. A decent slate of NBA games to go through. We'll be going through all of these games, then hearing the free picks from my co-host here, Pips NBA, on the show today. So make sure to get things started, you have hit that like button so we can jump into things here, and make sure as well you subscribe to the channel because we're live every weekday morning right here for Pick and Roll presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook. Let's go to the previous show's plays. We had a 1-1 day yesterday. Easy winner on Devin Vassell and Nikola Vucevic. We had a same game parlay where they both needed 15 plus points. I believe that covered in the third quarter. Unfortunately, it was down day for Jarrett Allen. We needed him over 13.5 points. We end up with him on just the 8 there. So let's start with the winning play. Vucevic, is he in all-star mode this year? What's going on with this guy?
Yeah, so far looks like an all-star. 22, 10 and 3 on the best efficiency in the league. He just continues like, okay, he will hit regression. He will hit regression soon. Never happens. Like 23 games in, he just continues shooting the lights out, scoring greatly, and maybe we need to start asking some questions, like playing next to DeMar DeRozan heavy ISO ball probably wasn't the best for his career. And yeah, I think everyone looks better without DeMar. Like even Lavine is looking better. Even Kobe White is looking like Kobe White. Couple of injuries overall, but yeah, the team offensively looks better. The problem is on the defensive side, and they blown out Spurs. Vucevic, how many points? 36, 39, 39 for Vucevic in a blowout win. Yeah, and Vassell, absolutely garbage start to the game. He was 1 from 6 and 0 from 2 on free throws. And then second half, he played more with Chris Paul, and Chris Paul made sure to create good spots for Devin Vassell.
Oh, thank you, Chris Paul. He lost us a couple bets,
Yeah.
but helped us win this one indirectly. The losing one was Jared Allen against the Nuggets. Just a low
Uh, I
attempt game
can
for
I
him.
can I can talk about this one for like probably like 45 minutes. I will cut it down very low. First off, he scored the first bucket of the game on the exact same possession I expected him to do. Then, uh, first part of the one is he was passive. Like he will get the ball in the paint against smaller guys and he will kick out like 10 times during the game, which I wasn't expecting him to do that. But the other thing, Denver played deep drop coverage with Jokic. Like the Garland, Lavert, and Mitchell had the field day, wide open shots out of every pick set, like insane. They didn't care, like they just let them shoot. And when some possessions when they put Jokic on the level, it was high tag from the weak side, and the left corners open, and Lavert scored 4 from threes in the first half on corner threes. Like absolutely garbage performance from Denver on defense, and makes no sense for them to play like this defense like this against heavy pull-up shooting team. Like they have all great pull-up shooters, and you decide to play deep drop coverage. Yeah, makes no sense, and they'll get blown out. And yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it was a resounding loss there, perhaps
yeah.
deserved
So
for the way they set up.
I didn't like the thing is like I had like what things they can do, and my card was like you can't play deep drop coverage against Garland and Mitchell because you are going to get
Because you get blown out.
annihilated. Yeah,
And
and
they
they
did.
did exactly, and they got blown out. Like makes no sense, honestly.
So fortunate there, but split here. We'll hope to find a winning day here to end off the week. We're about to start going through all the games on the slate. I believe it is a 7-game slate for us to work with today. Indeed, it is. But to catch all this action around the league, follow along all the bets, follow along all the plays, bet the NBA on the FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook, because by doing so, you can catch all of the action in the league. FanDuel is giving everyone 3 months of NBA League Pass right now, and all you have to do to take on this offer is to place any $5 bet on the NBA. And on top of this, for a limited time, new customers can bet $5 and place 100. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. So next time you have a hunch on who's going to win, how many points a player will score, or maybe you're tailing one of the picks in the show, bet it on FanDuel and watch your picks come to life live with League Pass. Visit FanDuel.com/board to get 3 months of NBA League Pass, courtesy of FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus and present in select states for Kansas affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bet expires 7 days after receipt. For 3 month free trial, the full price of League Pass would be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. We'll jump into the slate of games here. We'll go through all 7 of the games, hear any free picks from Pips in the process. We'll start off with the Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Orlando Magic. These two teams played 2 nights ago, where the Orlando Magic were 4-point victors. This game was also in Orlando, and the spread, pretty much same here. I believe it was about 3.5 for that game. Orlando win by 4. Spread here, 3.5 in favor of Orlando once again. The Sixers, definitely a bit of a mess, needing to claw out of it. They're still 5-15 on the season, but the Magic just continue to win, 16-8. What are your thoughts for this game here, Pips?
I think 76ers are covering this. Paul George should be back. I really like McCain. I wanted to bet McCain. No lines offered. I bet McCain last game. It was 17.5. I think he scored like 26 or something in that game. I think 76ers will catch some wins in the next couple of days. I actually like though that I love it, but Maxi McCain and Paul George is kind of decent, and then you have like Caleb Martin, and I don't like them at the 5. It's Yabusele and Drummond, which is absurd to have like as 48 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
But when Embiid gets back, like they are on like. Imagine if they missed with the pick on McCain.
Yeah.
There will probably been 0 games so far. McCain probably so far this season I think like there is a McCain and then there are Gap and then like Tyrese Maxey. So far, who is their best player? Just thoughts on McCain. Just a bit more. Last game I watched the entire game. I had to bet on McCain. He looked better than Maxey. He looked better than Maxey. Honestly, like. His decision making, his pace, his flow, his repositioning on offense. Never seen a rookie doing stuff like that, like guard rookie. Like he looks like he's like in 7th season on like intelligence on offense. He's a bit quirky and weird with like stuff, but I don't care about that on the court. On the court looks like a great guy. So. I it sucks that the lines are not up. Probably moving to the bench and the line will be like 13.5 or something, 14.5. So I will definitely smash that because he did almost all the damage when Maxi was off the court. Like when Maxi was playing, he was like mostly sitting in the corner and didn't do much. But when he was playing with second unit, he killed, and I expect him to do the same tonight. But yeah, no lines for him. So I don't have any bets for this one. The lineups are like Drummond is questionable. I think he changed a lot for this game. So yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of Jared McCain, by the way, he's now the firm favorite to win the Rookie of the Year award. He's minus 180 at FanDuel. Up there with him, Dalton Knecht and Stephon Castle. I think Stephon Castle is very good as well. That looks like a fantastic pick. And I think it's the perfect environment right now.
Yeah, he look exactly like we expected him to look. Like good on defense, good size, lengthy, good slasher on offense, terrible shooter, terrible efficiency. But that will come with the experience. But he has great size. He just turned 20, so I think great prospect for the Spurs.
Yeah, absolutely agree. What would have been a titanic clash at the top of the East last season. Well, actually, I mean the Bucks are creeping up the standings, so I guess it is kind of this again. The Bucks are 11 and 10. Their winning streak has ended with that loss to the Atlanta Hawks, but they're playing the Boston Celtics tonight. Celtics at home, favored by 7.5 points. This will be a real sort of test as to how far the Bucks have come because they've beaten up on some bad teams. Now they're playing a good team here. There are a few players questionable for the Celtics, Horford, Porzingis, and Tatum. But how do you think the Bucks will be able to handle a task like this against probably the best team in the NBA today?
Yeah, we spoke about last game. They played against the Hawks. I said the Hawks have their chances. They have like a way to stop Giannis. Giannis stayed under the line. They did
Middleton's back
well.
tonight, by the way. Middleton's playing today.
Yeah. I don't think that's means a lot for them. I think he's playing like probably less than 20 minutes, like 20ish minutes of the bench probably. So it will impact, but he will be rusty first game. So I don't know if it's positive for this game, for the future, of course. Uh, on the They just lost to the Hawks by 15.
Mhm.
Got completely destroyed. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to achieve. Like, they were good paid defense, and then suddenly they are leaking points in the paint against the Hawks. I wanted to bet honestly. Like when the first glance, I saw Jalen Brown 25 and a half, and I was like, yeah, this is like the easiest under of my life. Like I expect Tatum to play. Like they are resting guys for this game. Uh, and then I checked the numbers, and then suddenly they leak points in the paint. I don't know how is that even possible. Because if you take a look at the games where Tatum played, like this is a clear under on the side of Jalen Brown. Like number wise, yeah, but when you look at the matchups, Clippers difficult matchup stayed under. Uh, Cleveland difficult matchup stayed under 14 against the Bucks, and these feel the numbers against the Wizards, against the Hawks, against the Raptors, against the Wizards, and against the Miami Heat when they someone was out. I don't know who was out, but I think maybe. But overall, only a good over was against the Wolves when he scored 5 threes in first 4 minutes of the game. So I wanted to bet this under. He scored 50% of these points in the paint. They are somehow good paint defense, but lately they've been leaking a ton. Like they had Jalen Johnson scored like 23 points, mostly transition and paint, and they are terrible transition defense. So where the Brown scores most of his points. So honestly, I don't think I can do it. But maybe his usage goes down with Porzingis there. Yeah, I've had good like reading the slates, who is playing, who is not playing, and then you get 2 points extra. For example, Jalen Brown is 23, 25 and a half, and when Tatum and Porzingis are ruled in, that line is dropping to 23 and a half. So if you can predict the who is going to play, I think you can get yourself a couple of points extra.
Right. But today,
Yeah.
not one you want to call.
Yeah, I'll think about it during the stream. I will check some numbers, but not at the moment. Not something I want to bet.
Yeah. Fair
Yeah,
enough. We can go then to the next game up on the slate. We have the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Now, this was when I saw this game in the schedule, I thought we'd have an opportunity here. We don't. The spread, I think, is decently accurate here at 4.5 in favor of the Hawks. To be fair, LeBron James is questionable, Anthony Davis is questionable, but I I kind of thought the Hawks should be favorites here, and they are. What do you think of the spread?
I think it's fair. If
Yeah.
AD is not playing, this is a blowout. If I'm not saying it's a blowout actually. Hawks can play with their foot, but I think Hawks are winning if the AD is not playing. Like comfortable. If LeBron is out, I don't like changes something, but not much. Because the way he probably the best thing for the team is that LeBron sits this one out, like long term for the Lakers.
Resting.
Actually, Davis is probable. I just checked. Only LeBron is questionable, but Austin Reeves is out. So outside of LeBron and AD, you have rotation of D'Angelo Russell, Dalton Connect, rookie. You never know what you're going to get from him, but overall being really good this season. Hachimura, since coming back to the injury, this like had crazy start to the season, now complete garbage. And then bench is Gabe Vincent, Mac Christie, Armel Traore, and Cam Reddish. Probably the worst bench in the league by quite some margin. And
Yeah.
Christian Coloco, yeah, as the backup five. So their bench is probably I for sure the worst bench in the league. I'm like even Wizards. If you look at their bench, I think they are better with Kispert and Valanciunas there. I would say like the worst
Yeah,
bench in the
you
league.
can make the case.
Yeah.
So no
So
matter what
if
coach is there, he's probably not going to do fantastic with that team.
and
You
then you
know,
look at the bench of the Hawks. It's DeAndre Hunter, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Onyeka Okongwu. That's like better than these guys are starting for Lakers. All three probably. Like maybe Okongwu not because they is there, but Bogdan Bogdanovic and Hunter are 100% starters on these Lakers over Hachimura and
absolutely,
Dalton Connect. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, this is like I'm just it sucks that Trey Young is playing very injured this season. It's huge problems with the injury, but he can like if you look how he moves, it's really obvious like from watching him like for 2 minutes that he is not there, but he is trying to do the best, and Hawks are looking really good when he is like playmaking mode. Overall, for this game, I'm looking at Clint Capella. I'll open it up on the screen for you guys. So Capella, last couple of games, we've been really going at the teams on on the rebounding wise. He had 17, 17, 14, and 13 rebounds last couple of games. Uh, he's kind of matchup wise. So the biggest minutes of the season came against the Sabonis, 29 minutes, Towns, 28 minutes, Vucevic, 26 minutes, Sabonis, 28 minutes, again Vucevic, 28 minutes, and then against the Cavaliers, 25. And yeah, they are playing him big minutes when there is a like matchup wise.
Yeah,
When he has someone to guard like some big, and tonight he needs to guard Anthony Davis. So I expect Capella to play at least 24 minutes, probably 26 minutes. And if we take a look at the games when he played, like even last season, like I know that his scoring is a bit down, but last season when he had between let's say 22 and 26 minutes, 28 I will say, that's because that's the most he crushed this line like almost every game, like last season. This season a bit different because it's heavily matchup wise, but when he played 20 plus minutes to 20, like 20 to 28, even like 22 to 28, which is expected tonight, he still averaged 12.5 points and is over this line in 70% of the games. He didn't cover against the Thunder. They don't allow anything. Nothing in pick and rolls. Against Cleveland Towers, one bucket short. Against Brook Lopez in deep drop coverage. And against the Hornets, like first game of the season when they played deep drop coverage with Nick Richards. Everything else, he smashed the line. Like even against the Dallas, even against the Kings. So, and when you look at the similar players against the Lakers, every single one went over. Gobert, Kessler, Duran, Gobert. kill them. Even like when you broaden it up, like almost every big was scoring double-digit points. The only one that didn't cover is Ide and Nurkic. They are not lob threats. They are not like any threats on offense. Uh, Only post ups, and Capella is not that guy. So I do like Capella overall, and if I think he's playing more minutes than he's projected, I don't then like his rebounds as well. So when you look at the Lakers allow average rebounds, but when you look at the players, like similar players to Capella, Gobert had 12, Kessler had 11, Hartenstein had 18, Jacob had 10 and 12, Jarrett Allen 17, Rudy Gobert 14. So everyone was in double digits, and Capella has been lately grabbing the rebounds. So we are going to do Capella over 19 and a half points and rebounds. Can you check the line on the
Yeah.
FanDuel?
I believe we've got the best price in market here as well. It should be it's
Yeah,
minus
I think
113. It's
yeah.
best.
Okay, it's the best. Yeah. So
Minus 113 is
double
best in market. There you go.
double for Capella is plus 170. I think that's also worth consideration. But 19 and a half points and rebounds over is our play for this one. Like just make complete sense, perfect sense. And last season as well, he covered against the Lakers. Uh, just betting the matchup size. The number is set like he's playing usual 22 minutes, and I think in these matchups he gets like 4 additional minutes to guard the best opponents, opposing players, and with 26 minutes, Capella should kill this line.
All right, so there you have it. That is the first official bet of the day. Going with Clint Capella over 19 and a half points plus rebounds. You can also consider, as Pip said, the double-double market. I'll just check the price on that actually, just so we can see what it is. Plus one. Oh yeah, he said plus 170. Is that the best in market as well? The best point line, best rebound line, best points with rebound line is on FanDuel right now. You can find a little bit better than the double-double
I
line
think
here.
double maybe can be better somewhere. I'll just check. Yeah, some books
Correct.
have. Yeah, but it's like mostly 170s, almost
Yes.
everywhere. Like
Mostly
yeah,
in line.
yeah.
Like a couple spots have it a bit higher. But yeah, if you're betting Capella, bet it on FanDuel. You're getting really good prices for him today. Hopefully, we can cash these ones in for the Friday night slate. We'll move into the fourth game here. We have the Sacramento Kings against the San Antonio Spurs. 5.5-point underdogs here. The Kings, thankfully, I did not lose money on them again yesterday with the Memphis game. But yeah, the Sacramento Kings.
The Memphis covered.
They did, yeah. They did cover.
Yeah, yeah. So we were right. Like we said Memphis.
Yeah, I'm saying I did not lose again on them like I did
Oh
against
yeah,
Houston.
yeah. And that happened with Ja Morant being ejected, which is
An indication, but still they're favored by 5.5
yeah.
on the road against the Spurs. What do you think about this spread here?
I think the spread is set like that because Wemby is questionable. Is Wemby is questionable? This should be like an easy win.
Blowout.
Yeah, they are on back to back, so especially looking at that stuff. Overall, for this game, I do like some. I think Wemby was just arrested last night. I think what was the tag? What is the tag? Just a second.
I don't see a tag right now.
Low back soreness. Yeah, that's just excuse for like we want to rest him. Yeah, low back soreness. So on this game, I kind of like. What the fuck is this? So no lines for Wembenyama on Fendo. Like I wanted to do 20 plus, but seems like not going to happen. Yeah.
No, nothing with Wembanyama with him being questionable. Who did you want to play the other side with?
DeMar DeRozan 20 plus and getting plus money probably on that one. DeMar DeRozan is wide open from mid range. This is like the best matchup for entire season for DeMar.
I mean,
He scored 28 couple of days ago. Very easy, wide open shots all entire game. Uh, yeah, without I'll just check something else. I need to check something else. I think I don't know if it came alive. Yeah. So 19, 13, 16. I will probably do.
check in other spots if they have Wembanyama available. A lot of other spots also don't have
Yeah,
quicker
but I want
lines.
to do same game parlay, so like not much to do
Yeah, I'm
there.
even seeing other
Uh,
spots. Wembanyama line's not posted as well.
yeah. So
Maybe later in the day you can look at that. What would be the price you want on that for people watching later in the day? Maybe Wembanyama lines are backed up. Are
I
back
said
up.
like 20 plus for Wemby and Demar, and I said I like
Plus money.
probably plus money on it. Yeah. So I'm just checking something on Demar DeRozan on the spot. 21 and a half is widely available. So I don't know if I want to bet that. I may want to do like Demar DeRozan and Malik Monk assists, as I like Monk assists. I'll just check the last game. Uh,
Yeah,
for
yesterday Monk had a really good game. Covered his assist line, covered his points
I
line, I
think
believe.
I think yeah, I think he was like heavy juiced. He closed at 5.5 assists, and he had 5 exactly last night. I want to see like his touches. Did go down or something? So the team was led by De'Aaron Fox, potential assist, but Malik Monk had uh, he received the ball the most out of anyone on the team, like 66 passes received, and he made 51 passes. So I'll just compare that to the last couple of games to see if it moved in any direction. Malik Monk, no, he actually got the ball way more than the last couple of games. So yeah, I think I'll still bet this.
Malik Monk assists.
For a 4 plus assist for Malik Monk and DeMar DeRozan 20 plus points.
Okay. Let me pull this up. We've got I have Darren Fox back in. DeMar DeRozan, 20 plus points. Malik Monk, 4 plus assists. Minus 108 odds here at FanDuel. That's the
Yeah.
second official play of the day.
Yeah, I'll guys show you the DeRozan one. When he gets the minutes, he is smashing this line. So overall, so far this season, we can first off there is a lineup change, so Monkey starting. So let's see DeMar DeRozan usage the last 3 games: 26%, 23%, 25%. So now no changes in his like it's completely like normal the entire season. He had some games where on back to backs where he had lower usage. Uh, but he is known to be like uh, taking step back on back-to-back games. So I'll just exclude the games where he had under 20% usage because that is not happening today. So if we take a look at this, he covered this line in 10 out of 13 games, average 25.4 points. But the thing with Demar in this matchup, his dominant, the weirdest game out of any of the weirdest player out of anyone in the league, he scores 52% of his points from the mid range, like this area, not short mid range, like long mid range. 52% of his points come from the long mid range. And if when we switch to the Spurs defense, they allow the most from the mid range, long mid range, like the most. So it's like perfect matchup. They also allow the 8 most points to the pick and roll ball handlers. That's the most. That's how Demar Derozan scores most of his points. So overall, a really good matchup for Demar. Watch the last game. Out of picks, Wemby was in drop and Demar was shooting almost wide open mid ranges. So Sohan is back. Could be the one guarding Demar, but probably will be needed to the guard De'Aaron Fox. So I don't know. We'll see. But overall post ups and isolation and pick and roll ball handler mid range is there for Demar. He scored 28 and 21 points against Spurs this season. Last game, 20 field goal attempts, 10 from 29, 9 free throws, scored 28 points. We need 20 for him tonight. On the other side, we have Malik Monk, assist. Last 5 games, he had 9, 9, 6, 12, 5, easily covering. Uh, the lowest in the last 3 games with Demar being back was on a potential assist was last game, but he had the most touches. He had more touches in the last game than he had in the game against the Rockets, where he had 12. So 9, 16, and 13 potential assists. So 9 is the floor for him last couple of games. And when he had 9 or more, he averaged 7.1 assists. Even when you take a look at the last season, when Monk had 9, at least 9 potential assists, we can see that he was covering in like 29 of 30 games. Even when you look at longer, 37 out of 39 games. So yeah, I love Monk as creator. Always spoke about it, and now he gets a start. He gets huge minutes, and with those minutes, he should like thrive.
All right, there we go. Second official play of the day. DeMar DeRozan, 20 plus points. Malik Monk, 4 plus assists. We can get into the next game on the slate here. We've got the Chicago Bulls against the Indiana Pacers. These teams, I feel like these teams just played. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. Indiana favored by 3 points here. We've got Chicago Bulls +3 at home. Over under here of 248.5. This is a big total and a small spread for such a big total. But what are your thoughts on this game here?
I have no clue what to expect from the Pacers. Like last couple of games, it's like complete garbage for them. Like they've been terrible. You had the honor to watch them play against your Raptors,
The honor.
and yeah, the
They
honor. Yeah,
suck. They suck,
they
man.
they they are terrible. For this game, I do like Vucevic, but 21 and a half on a back to back. I don't think so. So probably going to pass on that one. So I hate when I don't have overs against the
The Pacers.
Pacers. Like, yeah, that's like missing on something in the life. But I
That's
can bet
true.
Zach Lavine. I
Not only
can bet Lavine because he's taking his pass. Like he doesn't care. Like he's playing team ball. Like he's not forcing stuff. So when back to back could be him standing in the corner. Like he can do stuff like that. Josh Gidey, even against the Pacers, not on my radar. So, so yeah, uh, and I can bet anyone from the Pacers because they are garbage. Like they played terrible and then they got benched. Like I will bet Benedict Mathurin on some way, but I'm not sure if he is getting 4 quarter minutes because they can get playing terrible, then bench unit starts playing better and he close with bench unit. So it's weird one. So so far nothing from that.
important to note as well from BRB and chat. Not only is it a back-to-back, it is a back-to-back where they're in San Antonio last night and they're in Chicago tonight. So that is also a lot of travel that goes into that as well. It's not
Yeah.
like you're at home for both of the nights of the back-to-back. So perhaps that makes it a little bit more difficult. So staying away on this one, but I lean towards the over on Nikola Vucevic. There are 2 more games to go through here. We got a bit of a dud here. There's always an opportunity to find some bets. We have a 2.5 point spread in favor of the Portland Trailblazers at home against the Utah Jazz. Over under here of 225.5. Is there any matchup you're looking at here?
This may be like the best game to bet on the entire slate. Honestly, like
Well, there
I
you
just need
go.
to find like what's my look for this game. Uh, just I don't know. Like I must have a bet on this. Like I'll explain why. Just let me find something. Yeah, let's do this. I'll I'll be like Shadon Sharp 15 plus points and Anthony Simons 15 plus points.
Okay, two players on 15 plus points. Simons and Sharp gives us minus 111.
Let's add a bit more. Let's add Jeremy Grant or 10 plus points for this one. I must take plus money on this. I must take my plus money on this.
All right, Jeremy Grant brings us up to plus 144.
Yeah, official bet. I'll go through it.
Official.
Yeah. So
Here we go.
I'll just show you guys why I think this is the like mispriced as. I don't have preference on any of these players, but show you who played the most games. I think it's Jeremy Grant. So guys, looking like this. So the blue lines here represents the matchups, like defensive rating of teams. So you can see that it's really down. Like if you take a look at the last 17 games, you can see that it's almost touching the bottom, and that's because they played the best defensive teams in the league almost every night. So they played Clippers twice, fifth best defense in the league. They played Dallas Mavericks, who are eighth best defense. They played Memphis Grizzlies twice. They are seventh best defense in the league. They played Wolves twice, sixth best defense in the league. They played Rockets twice, third best defense in the league. They played Thunder twice, the best defense in the league. So over the last 17 games, they played top 8 defense in like 13 out of 17 games. And there were also a bunch of blowouts. So every player lines for the Portland Blazers is heavily skewed. Like there are spots where the lines are inflated. This is the exact opposite spot. Like they played terrible matchup after terrible matchup, nights in, nights out, in blowouts against great teams, and now they get prime time matchup against the second worst defense in the league and the worst transition defense in the league. So every every line of these Portland Trail Blazers should be way higher. I'll show you an example of Jeremy Grant. Okay, when you look at the season, I'll clear out some blowouts like when he played 20 or less minutes, like let's say like 24 plus minutes for Jeremy Grant, and he averaged 16 points a game. But if we exclude those very difficult matchups and say let's see how he scored against below average defense, it moves to 19 points a game. Let's say how he scored against bottom 10 defenses in the league. He averaged 26 points against them. So like, yeah, he averaged on the season 16 points and line is 14 and a half. But he's now playing second worst defense in the league, and all these averages are mostly against top defensive teams in the league. So we can look like against top 10 teams, he averaged 14.1 points. But he is playing bottom defense of the league. Even like similar stuff with Anthony Simons. If you take a look at the games where he played 25 plus minutes, we can see that he averaged 18.5 points. So 19.5 line seems like, okay, this is probably set correctly. But when you exclude the games where he played against top 8 teams in the league, the average moves to 22.5. When you look at when he played teams outside of below average, he's over in 6 of 7 games with 22.6 points average. So like it just changed the perspective, and like my point is most difficult schedule in the league on like huge stretch of games, and their numbers look really low for most of the players. It's not that they underperformed. They just play difficult matchup after difficult matchup, and then tonight they get primetime matchup. And I like every line of these players, so I don't want to put like 3 bets on their players. I'll combine it for plus money because I think 10 points for Grant, 15 for Sharp, and 15 for Simons is like the floor they should be getting, and we are getting plus money for it. So that's my angle. I spent before the show like 1 hour doing the research on this, and I love Grant points, I love Simon points, I love Sharp points. I need to decide who to bet, and I like let's do like this, the same game parlay, and they need to score 115 points, in my opinion, tonight. And it's like 20 points from Sharp, 20 points for Simons, 15 points from Grant. That gives them 55. So they are not even halfway there. They need to score a bunch.
Yep. So we got the
Yeah.
3-leg play here. The 3-leg play also opens up the possibility of a boost token. So see when you're betting on FanDuel before you place this one, if there's any boost tokens that you can apply to your account and get this one at an even better price there. So 3 official picks, all from FanDuel, best prices, and we can keep moving now to the final game on the slate. Before we go to the final game, make sure you guys have hit that like button if you're enjoying the show, if you're tailing any of the picks on the show today. It really does help support the show, and make sure you're subscribed as well. Let's go to the final game here. The Timberwolves, +1 on the road at the Golden State Warriors. Warriors will be without Draymond Green. Steph Curry missed yesterday's game. Should be back tonight, I believe. Minnesota not missing anybody of super significance. Ingles and Dillingham out for this one. But a 1-point spread. Do you think that basically a pick'em is an accurate reflection of this matchup?
Depends on who is Wiggins and Draymond Green playing. Like, I probably like Golden State Warriors here because Steph Curry is back. But Draymond Green needs to play. Like, this is very important. Draymond Green needs to play. So I think Draymond Green is playing against Rudy Gobert. I don't see any reasons why he got the rest now and he should be ready to play. Last time, I think it was the last time they played, they had like the beef, Gobert and Draymond. I think it was the last game. I think it's the first one back after that game.
It might be. Interesting.
Yeah.
The
So
chokehold.
yeah, chokehold game. Yeah. So
Infamous.
I lean towards the Golden State Warriors, but Draymond Green needs to play this one. He will get them all fired up, and Gobert won't do shit on the other side. So
Any
yeah,
bets, or is it too much to predict with questionable players?
yeah, no bets, no bets. Couple of games of. Also, there is not much up, I think, as well on that game, and defense completely changes if it's Draymond Green out or in. So no bets.
Fair enough. We can go to the questions from the chat here. We'll start off with one on Steph Curry, topical at the moment. Philip NBA. If Steph Curry's in, under 28.5 rebounds plus assists at even odds.
Depends on the Draymond Green. If Draymond Green is in, then probably a good bet. If Draymond Green is out, I don't like it.
Okay. So, yes, we have to wait and see on this one here.
Yep.
We can move to the next one here. Anthony, I think this is more of a joke, but he says over a half a technical for Draymond at -175 is a lock. I think this is a joke, but in actual seriousness, doing the math on this, what does he get? Like 15 technicals a season or something like that? Out of, he plays maybe, like, let's say he plays like 70 games. He would get a technical 21% of the time. And if you were to get a technical 21% of the time.
No. Let's do like the guy that did on the Twitter a couple of days ago. Let's do like players average one technical every 3 technicals a season. So this should be plus like 10,000.
Yeah. So okay, if they average 3 technicals a season, the average player, let's say, plays. Well, you have to remember, the average NBA player gets probably there's a lot of players bringing that average number of games down. So
yeah, median is probably like at 1 technical game.
Yeah. So let's say 3. Yeah, that's right. Because some guys will never get a technical. So 1 out of 50 games.
Most guys will never get a technical. Yeah.
0.02% odds. Which it doesn't even. So 1% would be 9,900 in American odds format. So a bad way of explaining that even though this is a joke, this would be a bad price for Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Even if you did factor in Draymond Green And I'm factoring in
Choco.
Draymond Green, 15 techs in like 70 games, 21%. If he were to get 20% of
I
time,
will
he gets a
say
technical. That's
I will say this.
376.
Yeah, I will say this is a great matchup for technical.
It is a great matchup. So you can also factor into your handicap that he's much more likely to get technical here. So let's say I think
Let's
even in
check
that case,
how.
he gets a technical half the time in this game, and it's minus
le-
175.
I will look at like probably like last 5 games against Gobert. He had probably technical in 3, so it's 60% win rate. So
Okay,
this should be like
60%.
minus 150.
In that case, it's still a minus EV bet. Even if we're giving
Yeah.
every slider for this, it's Draymond in a highly sensitive game. It's against Rudy Gobert. Even in that case, this is still not a good enough price to bet it.
Yeah.
But sportsbooks should definitely post these markets because people will in fact bet them. Because wow, Draymond against Rudy Gobert. But
So just want to make a huge disclaimer. Probably not everyone watching this show is like living on the internet all the time, but
yeah, unlike
this is
us.
sarcasm, huge sarcasm. Yeah.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
show that we did show the tweet on the show, but for okay, let me
Yeah.
add the additional context here. So somebody on Twitter, and we may cover this on Circle Back next week on the Circles Off channel. Basically, there was a quadruple double line being offered for Victor Wembanyama at plus 30,000 in FanDuel, which not a good price for this market. But the way somebody did the math on calculating this, they said there's been 4 quadruple doubles in NBA history across a total of roughly 70,000 games. So he used 4 quadruple doubles versus 70,000 NBA games. Basically, he counted every player as if they were equal. So the 27-year-old rookie who played 1 game in the NBA in the last game of a random season because his team was tanking has the same value as David Robinson, Shaq, like any player. So basically, you're
I
comparing
think
Victor Wembanyama to Kendrick Perkins as if they're the same player. So it's a bad bet, but it's a very bad way of explaining this is a bad bet.
yeah, terrible. Explain. I think the 2 players in the recent era that had quadruple doubles, David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Was it Akeem? It has to be like a lot of blocks. I couldn't think of the other ones.
Yeah, it was like triple double with blocks. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Let me see.
And I
David
think
Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Alvin Robertson, and Nate Thurmond.
yeah, I don't know
One of them
that
was
last guy.
steals. Alvin Robertson was steals, actually.
Yeah, incredible. So and Duncan Robinson was really close twice. I think he had 9 blocks
Who?
twice.
David Robinson?
The Duncan. Tim Duncan, not David
Tim
Robinson.
Duncan. I was like, what are you...
Tim Duncan. Yeah. I combined in like.
You combined the names.
Yeah. I thought about Tim Duncan. So I think it
Yeah.
was really close twice. So yeah. And yeah, that's terrible approach. Like,
Well, Victor has gotten a triple-double with blocks before. He just didn't get enough of assists. It was against the Raptors.
yeah, and he was close. Yeah, as the
so-
shipper said, like he used his own luck in that game, so that's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah, that's true. So,
I'm almost like positive, like 90% probably that Wemby will have quadruple double in his career. Like,
what would you price a Wembanyama quadruple double at some point in his career? Like, what would you think is fair odds for that to happen?
One in 1,000. Like,
No.
it-
Like to get like if I had a 20-year bet, will Victor Wembanyama get a quadruple double in his NBA career? Yes, no. What would you price the yes at?
minus 200, minus
Really?
250, minus 3, minus 200 for sure. Like I'll say, like yeah, I think he'll have like there will be some guys that will be close, and then he will go for it. Like, and that's the thing. Like when you really go for it, like it's not on blocks are like you can actually you can go for the blocks. Like the thing.
Let a guy like have his layup and then see if you can block it.
I mean, I think he can get 10 blocks a game. The thing is, will he foul out in that game? That's the thing. And if he and
It's
if he
true.
and if he already has like six blocks in the third quarter and he only has two fouls and they are up 15, he'll try to get it. Like for sure. Like I'm almost like 100% positive that in that spot he will go for it.
He'd
Like
have to have the blocks first and then go like, okay, I need to get
I
two more
I I
assists. I need to
actually
get three more
I
rebounds.
I actually think you can stat pad blocks. Like you can go for it. Like sometimes he doesn't go for the blocks because he will be put out of position and he will be opened up for like lobs
Yeah.
and the dump. In this case, he was going for it. Like Turner, like he always had huge blocks number, but he wasn't great on defense. Wemby is great on defense. He can also go for every block, like Turner is going. Like Turner gets every pump fake in the league. Like if you pump fake Turner, he's going up almost every time. Wemby is like he's not going for blocks. He's going to be good position, well positioned to defense.
Mhm.
If he needs blocks, he'll go for every ball. Like
That's true.
and he can care less for like being in a good position rather than taking blocks. Like this is also the guys that gets a ton of steals. Sometimes the guys with the biggest steals are not positive on defense. Like they gamble on every possession and they disrupt their defense, but they get 2 or 3 steals a game. Like because they are always gambling on steals. You can gamble on steals. That's why you can gamble on. You can gamble, but you can go for it more when you are no like Jaren Jackson Jr. in his prime years. He will foul out almost every game because he was just going for the blocks, and he averaged like 3.5 blocks a game and Wemby is even bigger monster. So I think that's
That's
possible.
true. One
Yeah,
day we may see history. There hasn't been a quadruple double since
yeah,
1994. So
yeah,
maybe one day we do see
yeah.
it. Let's go to some of the other questions here. We have Nicholas Jemson who asked about Trae Young over 11.5 assists and Steph Curry under 6.5 assists. Now, you mentioned on Curry, you like his unders if Draymond Green is in.
Yeah.
What about for Trae Young?
This will be a good matchup. A lot of transitional basketball where Trae Young thrives. I think 11.5 is probably his line for the entire season, and he will be 50-50 split probably on it. But Lakers are above average matchup for assist, probably one of the best matchups for assist. They suck at transition defense, so he should get some easy layups for the team on Jalen Johnson, Capella, and some other guys. So overall, great matchup for the young assist. Curry, Steph. I don't know how they're going to defend him, but I don't know. Like, do they play the Gobert in drop coverage against Steph? I don't know. But if they do, it's under on assist. But I did, as I said, Draymond needs to play. If Draymond's playing, then this is a good bet probably. If Draymond's not playing, he will handle the ball a ton. So then that doesn't make him a great play.
Next one from BRB asked about Jared. Well, was mentioning the Jared McCain line when it opens will probably be 17.5 or 18.5. You mentioned lower you would like it, but what would be a number you'd want to see on McCain when it opens up to play the over?
I mean, I'll bet over on 16.5 as the highest.
Highest.
I will
Okay.
prefer lowest. I mean, sure, but off the bench he'll play 28 minutes instead of 34, so there is 6 less minutes. That's 20% less minutes. 20% less minutes is huge. Uh, Maybe a bit more usage of the bench, but still, Paul George there is like another high usage guy out there. So, but I like this matchup for McCain, and I like him on the bench. So 15.5 smash, 14.5 smash, 16.5 decent, 17.5, 18.5 pass.
Last one here. Frankie, a bit of a loaded question. Asked about the effect that a back to back has on a team's defense. Let's say an opposing player you like for under points, rebounds, assists. Will the team they face, it's on a back to back, lack in playing defense because of the fatigue?
I think there is a way to check this data. There must be some way to check the data on. You can manually do like check some teams and back-to-back and compare their defensive rating in the games when they are not on back-to-back. But I think the biggest thing on back-to-backs is mostly like pace goes down, especially in both teams are on back-to-back. I think like you can expect pace to be down. Pace means less possessions. Less possessions means less opportunities to fill out the numbers, especially on points, rebounds, and assists. So
Right.
yeah, I do lean unders, and also players tend to shoot worse in the back-to-back and have lower usage, especially the main guys. So yeah, back-to-backs. Also, there could be sudden blowouts when the teams have dead legs and they're gassed and they get benched because. You are down 20 to enter fourth quarter on back-to-back. That's not the same when you are not on back-to-back. Like if you are not a back-to-back and you don't play tomorrow, coaches will give their guys a run. If they played 40 minutes night before, they're probably getting benched and not playing in the fourth quarter. It's the same thing when they are on the first night of back-to-back. If they have game tomorrow, they are more often sit out for the fourth quarter, and then in the cases when it's not a back-to-back or when they don't have back-to-back game tomorrow. So yeah, and also I would say opposite works as well. On back-to-back, when there is a chance of blowout or when the starters played huge minutes, you can bet over some bench guys because they could get extended run.
Right.
So yeah, there are edges there for sure.
All right. Hopefully, good information to consider. That will end off our week on the Board YouTube channel presented by FanDuel. 3 official picks today. If you're tailing, if you enjoyed this show, got some good entertainment, good information, that deserves a like. Make sure you do hit the like button on the stream today. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're here every weekday morning to cover the NBA in shows just like this. And, well, actually, the Monday slate's a little dead. I think next week, actually, is going to be a bit dead because it's NBA Cup week, right? So teams are getting a little bit of extra rest next week. So we'll still have content. We'll still have shows for you. We'll still be able to bring you some fun stuff. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. But here are the 3 official picks on the show today. First of all, in the Lakers-Hawks game, we took Clint Capella over 19.5 points plus rebounds at -113 odds at FanDuel. Then in the Spurs-Sacramento game, we have DeMar DeRozan, 20-plus points. Malik Monk, 4-plus assists. That was -108 at FanDuel. The final play, 3-leg SGP. Once again, FanDuel with the best price. In the Jazz and Blazers game, Jeremy Grant, 10-plus points. Anthony Simons, 15-plus points. Shaedon Sharpe, 15-plus points. We got that plus 144, but because it's 3 legs, you may have a boost token you can apply to make that one even better. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. We'll be back on Monday. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place for more from Pick and Roll presented by FanDuel.